Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series, and it looks like we've got Blue-White Spirits versus, I'm gonna guess, Mardu Control or Harmless Pact. So far, not a whole lot's happened. Spirit played a Selfless Spirit, which got Grasp of Darkness. He's playing another Selfless Spirit. Mardu's responding with another Grasp of Darkness. And, that's the best time to get rid of a Selfless Spirit is when it's alone. That way, you don't feel like you're, I have to kill him because otherwise he'll just indestructible his team. Now, the good thing about Grasp of Darkness is it gets around indestructible. Ooh, and there's the Demonic Pact. Response from Spirits. He only has 2 mana, so negate maybe? Clash of Wills for 1. Clash of Wills for 1. Okay. And that's the great thing about being able to do that is, in this deck, Demonic Pact is very, very helpful. The variety of abilities, being able to kill a creature or dome them in the face if you need to, making them discard 2 cards, especially if they're low on cards so that you force them to deck, drawing 2 cards for you, which can jumpstart your momentum. A second Demonic Pact, only this time it gets Spell Quellered. And, Spell Queller is a great card. It's, a combination of things that this deck needs. It's a 2/3 flying creature for 3, so, same stat line with an ability that Reflector Mage has, only it also has the ability to counter something when it comes into play. So it's a creature and a counter spell, and it only costs 3 mana. The only downside is the fact that Spell Queller isn't too hard to kill, and once you kill it, they get the spell back for free. Nahiri the Harbinger. Response, Clash of Wills for 1. Okay. Spirits is doing a really good job here of keeping the components of this deck off the board. Because Nahiri is a very easy way for him to get rid of Demonic Pact if he can't find Harmless Offering. And he's keeping Demonic Pact off the board, so the clock isn't ticking. At the moment, all the momentum is with Spirits, because he's just managing to do what he needs to do a little damage on top of that. You don't have to kill your opponent in the first 4 turns to have a really powerful deck. Now, the only problem here is that Spirits is running a little bit low on cards. Ooh, Ruinous Path to kill the Spell Queller. He really does need to counter this. Unsubstantiate. Close enough. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. And he does not have enough mana to recast it that turn, so that is very good news for Spirits. And that's the thing, I am very surprised that we don't see Unsubstantiate more. I mean, I did hear a lot of talk when it first came out that, it's the new Remand, and it's OP just like Remand. And it's not Remand. It's a little bit better and a little bit worse. Because Remand can't bounce a creature, but at the same time, Unsubstantiate doesn't let you draw a card. So, but honestly, I would lean a little bit more towards Unsubstantiate myself. But then again, I'm not really that much of a blue control player. So, Reflector Mage, nothing to bounce. Read the Bones from Mardu. Okay. Not a bad time for that. Spirits was on 1 card. He did have his mana open, so theoretically he could have countered that. Ooh, and there's another, the same Ruinous Path, sorry. And that's going to bring back the Demonic Pact, which will get rid of the Reflector Mage. So Spirits is behind the 8 ball here now. He is very low on cards, and Mardu is building up his momentum. He's got one of the pieces that he needs. All he really has to do here is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he has the mana. All he needs is to run down Demonic Pact to leave, only lose the game, and then, oh, what is that card? The search your library for a card and put it into your hand, and Spell Mastery lets you get 3 black mana out of it. I'm just blanking on the name of that, but they run that so that they can fetch the Harmless Offering. Because honestly, I am surprised that they don't run more Harmless Offerings in this deck. I mean, granted, it's a dead card until you need to throw the Demonic Pact away, but only running one, which is what I've seen in the deck lists, is kind of risky because you're relying entirely on either drawing it, which, they do have accelerated draw through Read the Bones and Nahiri, but, I would at least run one more copy just in case. To me it seems a little bit too close to the wire. Okay, killing all the board. Let's see, damage, and discard. Spirits is down to 1 card in hand, so he is top decking. Nahiri the Harbinger. And unfortunately, it looks like Spirits is going to lose this game. Unless Mardu can't find a Harmless Offering. Well, what am I saying? No, he can just go -2 and get rid of a Pact, and the next turn -2, get rid of a Pact. But at the same time, it does not look good for Spirits here. Top decking when Mardu has a pretty powerful board here, forcing him to discard his hand down to 0. Got rid of an island and a spell shrivel. He just drew 2 more cards. And now's his chance. Spirits literally cannot do anything to stop him right now. So if he can find Harmless Offering, he can shunt this over to the other side, and that's the game. Chandra in the graveyard. Goblin Dark Dwellers in the graveyard. Read the Bones. So he is digging. Digging as hard as he can. Bottom and bottom. Because he's really hoping to just be able to finish this right now when Spirits can't do anything. Angelic Purge. Okay. Sacrificing 1 Demonic Pact to exile the other. And I believe in the last Harmless Pact video I did, I was talking about how I was surprised that I don't see Angelic Purge. And I'm glad to see him using it because it's a very useful card in this deck because most of the time you're not actually losing anything and you're getting an effect. Because, in that situation he got rid of 2 Demonic Pacts, so 2 headaches gone. But, in a worse situation, Angelic Purge you could sacrifice Demonic Pact to it so you don't die, and then exile one of their things, artifact, creature, or enchantment. Ooh, using Nahiri to hunt up Emrakul. Wow, I didn't know that that was part of this deck, but wow, that's not a bad idea. When you cast Emrakul, okay, so basically he's just getting it for a one-shot, 13 to the face. I mean, that's still 13 to the face. Well, it costs one less for each type. He's got 5 types in his graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He does have enough mana to hardcast it here. Oh, blue-white has 1 card in hand. What has he got? Ojutai's Command. Returning Selfless Spirit. And drawing a card. Trample. Nebelgast Herald. You control tap target creature and yeah. I am actually surprised that he didn't just replay it right there. He had the mana. He had the types in his graveyard. Spirits is attacking in for 4. I mean, Mardu is pretty low in life considering. He's down to 8 now. But at the same time, blue-white is completely open, and at the very least, he can man up Shambling Vents if he feels like it. But I'm pretty sure he's going to drop Emrakul here. Yep, there he is. Response, though. What does blue-white have? Spell Shrivel. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 4. Exile it if it were to go into a graveyard. Well done. That gets rid of 1 copy of Emrakul. But his ability still resolves, doesn't it? If you cast, you gain control of target opponent. Yeah. So, pops the Selfless Spirit so that it's not there. Chooses not to attack. So then it's back to blue-white. Attacks in for 2. He's got 2 cards in hand now, though. And he's closing the gap here. Got him down to 6. But Mardu does have 6 cards in hand. But like I said, at the very, very least, he could man up Shambling Vents and go in there. But he's got Liliana, which is the perfect +1 to get rid of a lot of spirit creatures, because most of them have only 1 toughness. And at the very least, you know, something like a Spell Queller gets turned into a 0/2 with her ability. And there's a Shambling Vent for 2. Takes him down to 5. Brings him back up to 8. And Spirits draws his card and concedes. Yeah, that's the thing. He would have had to draw some pretty good bombs back-to-back to be able to take that game back. It's not out of the question. It was theoretically possible. It's just more likely that Mardu was going to be able to just keep up taking him down. He had more cards. He had all this mana. He had the Shambling Vents. He had Liliana in play. And we've seen what he's running with, you know. He could have thrown down more Planeswalkers. Theoretically, he could have played another Emrakul. It's just, you know, the options in a hand size of 6 at that late stage, you know, he could have had a ton of stuff. But this video is already 13 minutes long. That was unfortunate for Spirits, but that was a damn good fight from him. You know, you can't take that away from him. He lost that game, but he fought hard. So that was Mardu Harmless Pact versus Blue-White Spirits. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I will see you in the next video.